Peace and power, peace and power. Peace and power, peace and power. Salute, what's going on? Peace and power to the people of the struggle. How y'all do? Fish Friday night, late night. A lot going on, but I'm glad you here. We here, let's get it. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space of learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space of educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers. This is a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, a space of integrity, a space of justice, love, masters. This is a space of now, of queen comrades and militancy. Your space. Your space. This is your space. A space where we are working on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags. Apps. Apps with cash. Pounds that pay. Grams that are money. Unions that are Western. Red cups. Blue cups. Teacups. Coffee cups. God damn it, squeegee man pockets. The pastor's collection plate. Damn it, Santa and his red bucket. Shit, brother cannot get a walk. Wimpy and his sign. It's a war effort because what? It's a war going on. No man is safe from fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Okay? Don't wait until you get kicked off the bus. Don't wait until folks is calling authorities on you because you wailing out in the subway. Don't wait until you getting a call from a principal. Yeah. Because the PTA been complaining about you. Get yourself together. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment, okay? Stop sending each other outside with a frozen bag of broccoli on your eye, okay? Bandages and arm slings and things and shit. A soft boot and canes and all that. Stop sending each other outside looking like Laurel and Hardy. Come on now. Get yourself together. Stop embarrassing the kids. If you or anybody you know is in need of intimate relationship abuse consultation and counseling, book an assessment, okay? Learn the warning signs and behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness levels. Past traumas, people, conversations, places, events that should have what? Your alertness and awareness. On 1,000%. Remember with this information, the life that you save could be your own. It could be your own. What's going on Friday? We up in the spotty spot. Class. We got some people to tag. But first of all, we send condolences out to Dre. Marguerite McDonald Music. Having a rough year, lost another loved one. Okay, so he's back in Ohio. We send universal healing during this time of grief to him and his family. We salute. Okay. Next up. A little dry today. Man. We got to tag some people. So L.A. Reid, bring your ass to class. L.A. Reid, yup, it's time. Bring your ass to class. Yup, get to class. Lil Boosie. Yeah, Lil Boosie, bring your ass to class. Come on, Lil Boosie. Bring your ass to class. Black cops. All of you. Black cops, black cop, black cop, black cop. Bring your asses to class. What is your purpose? We need to know. Okay? Who else come to class tonight? Who else y'all got to tag? We got Lil Boosie, we got L.A. Reid, we got the Black Cops. Salt and Pepper, bring y'all ass to class. Bring y'all ass to class. Yeah. Let's go. And while you're at it, tell your classmates we up in here. Yeah, tell them we here. It's Friday night. They ain't got shit else to do but come to class and get some of this learning. Fish Friday. Fish Friday. Yeah. Tell them to come to class and get this learning. Put down their little tweeds. Put their drinks to the side. Cap it up. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's see who's in class. Damn it. Who's up in here? Huh? We got the C. Let's go straight to the top. Dust Fro. God damn it. First in class. Ooh-wee. Who that? Lil Love Productions is second? God damn it. And Angel is third. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Shiny faces. They up in here. They up in here. Mr. Strictly Game, the brand. LA's in the building. Yeah, table up. Sheen, Helene, KMU. Canada, the first responders, the lifesavers up in the building. Let's go from the Great North. Philip Boone, what up? Mark Miller, what up? What? Guns and gloves? Yeah, we see you. Hard tunes, much appreciation. We see you. Hakim, peace, peace, peace. Ooh-wee. God damn it, God damn it. Let's go, Mrs. Reels. Woo! Reels is in the building, y'all. Feeling good, up, late night, well rested. Let's get to it. Who that? Then why I can't see, man? What's going on with my eyes, man? Who that? Who that? Sean Jenkins is up in here. Versace Broccoli. God damn it. Late Charles. Okay, y'all up in here. Willie Bethel. Huh? Kicks, what up? We see you. Charles, we see you. Mark Hines, we see you. Ooh, who that? Neville Chung? God damn it. What up? Yeah, we see you. Angel, we see you. We see you. Lou Banger. God damn it, 2 nights in a row. We see you, Andrea Jones. Yes, heal up, Andre. We see you. Take your time. Soap. What up, Soap? Make sure y'all log on. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Intellectual Soapbox. Yes. Great dialogue. Yeah. Who else is up here? Tata, what up? Ooh-wee. Yeah. Hey, Ghosty, what up? Knife, peace. Knife, what up? Yeah. Yeah, what up, Dre? Yeah, yes, brethren. Yes. Bionic Prince, what up? Uh-huh. Who that? DC's in the building. What up? What up, Dash? We see you. Merge, what up? Much appreciation for the super chat. Uh-huh. Yeah. What up, y'all? First and foremost, we ain't even going to, I'm not even going to ask y'all. I'm getting straight to it. I'm not even asking y'all who we going to deal with first. I'm going straight to it because I'm sick and tired of it. We need to ask ourselves very, very clear questions about law enforcement. We do. Because we are having such an issue, and in this day and time, we can't be confused at all. Yeah, Vonda, you right on time. What's up? We see you. Southside Jamaica's up in here. What up? We see you. Huh? Yes, it's Fish Friday. You know that. Much appreciation, Dre. Yeah. Uh-huh. What happened? I can't see that. Somebody print that out for me. You ate some shrooms. Who the hell is that? In class? You in the wrong class. You eating shrooms. This ain't M&M class. Nah. Anyway, we have to ask ourselves some very, very critical questions. We always ask ourselves, what do we mean by our people, melanated people, black people? That question consistently comes up. And I am hoping that I do a great job at answering it, if not at least giving you something to ponder on. Because we have to make clear of a code, who's on it, who's not, who are our people. We have to consistently have this discussion. And in this very critical time, we also have to figure out our stance when it comes to law enforcement, especially Negro law enforcement. We gotta call it what it is. We have to now. Many of us who have been stung by the justice system, we want no parts of them, not at all. Not this, none at all. And I got family members. Yup, got family members on the job. Listen, in this old beat up old man wallet, shit, I have no less than 3 or 4 PBA cards. I bullshit you not. I never, ever, ever, ever will front on you and act as if that phenomena, that dynamic exists within us. It just does. It does. Because poverty, opportunity, and listen, the way we have been socialized in this country, we can't escape it. Any of the off balances that we see in society and the ill structures we have in our communities and in our families, right? We all got rainbow Skittles in our family. now laters and all that. We all have officers, whether it's not police or correction. We all know this. We have friends, family, all that. But the question moving forward has to be, what is their purpose? What is their purpose? Because if they harm us more than help us, at some point we have to push them in the other category, in the other box, and leave them there. Because this shit that we going through now is going to intensify. It's going to intensify. So we have to, okay? We have to deal with this issue. Now, since this blatant unaliving of this Ofe woman, Renee Nicole Good, and the new video, we'll touch on that a little bit too, because I spoke on that. I told you that from the first night. I told you that last night on the update. I told you that there was conversation, and that when he looked in that vehicle, he had time to make an assessment and see, one, that she was white, and two, that she could be now later Skittle. And now with his camera footage, you see, I told y'all, like, yo, come on, man. If he had any bias, any prejudice against what he was watching, he aired it out. He aired it out. And I don't care who, I'm telling you, I don't care who comes to defend that. You're wrong and out of pocket. That's just where it is. So now that they took it up a notch, and I'm saying they, I'm talking about old phase. I'm talking about the white man. I'm talking about the omnipotent administrator. I'm talking about King Honky. Now that they stepped it up a notch and they're moving in, yo, we have to have a discussion on what the hell is the role of black cops and what is our response to them. You understand? Because even in this, I seen some wild shit. First and foremost, that's true, Knife. They wilding now. Listen. They've been in different situations, and I'm talking about our oppressors, where they've had to eventually come clean and correct themselves and do what is morally correct. They trying to stand tall on this, and if they stand tall on this, they're going to fail. Because this is inexcusable, right? And I don't care what covering you try to put on it. This is a bowl of shit. It is. So you could put the chocolate covering over it. You could put some whipped cream on it. You could do whatever. And I'm talking about white men. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to make it palatable for you. But we know it's shit. And we not eating it. That's it. So you need to just do what's right, pick that man up, charge him, put him through the system. And that's real talk. You look foolish. This is going to be a grave mistake. This is going to be a grave mistake if they play themselves on it. Okay, but we've seen them play themselves before. They unalive Martin Luther King Jr. That was just dumb. You understand? They've played themselves before. Look at what they did to JFK, RFK. You dig what I'm saying? So they're... Anyway, I saw a black cop out of the shot. Chicago, y'all in the building. If y'all in here, Chicago, give me black heart. Give me a black heart. I seen, and you know, anytime I see police from the shot with that funny ass hat, cause them hats look like shit the cab drivers used to wear in the 60s and the 70s in New York City. Them shits look wild as hell. Don't look authoritarian. Excuse me. Doesn't look like something that we should fear at all. Them funny ass caps. But God damn it, yeah, I know, Mark. Well, I'm talking specifically to you and your peoples, Mark. Huh? Who ain't old enough to remember that? Who? Yeah, you must be new in this class. Damn, I'll be 58 in a couple of weeks. I remember that. Yeah. Okay. So I see this Chicago PD, and his name is Larry Snelling. So when I seen this checkerboard brim cap wearing police officer talking so matter of fact about this case and what happened, I was, man, listen, I'm always alarmed when I hear black cops speak. I'm telling you. Yeah. Always, because it's like, damn, man, y'all don't get it, huh? Y'all don't. But this one here, Larry Snelling, was doing what everybody's been doing for the last couple of days, giving his assessment and his breakdown of what transpired. However, he gave a very clear warning. Y'all ready for the warning? Did y'all hear it or you didn't hear it? Let me know. He gave a very clear warning, and he said that these law enforcement officers or any law enforcement officers had reason to believe that they were being ambushed. And I'm like, what? Reason to believe that they were being ambushed. And I said, damn, yo. What's really good, man? Y'all can't. But he was stern with it. And he said that because that they believed that they were being ambushed, I don't see how. I'm trying to figure out what is his definition of ambush. Because I could have did that too. I could have sat down and broke that, because ambush in that situation where you clearly see everything, where there was no element of surprise because they were the ones who initiated the contact on the community. The community didn't come outside and walk downtown and went and got ICE agents and told them to come over here. These individuals, these agents went to that community. They went there. So ain't no ambush. They ambushed the community. But old Larry from the Chicago PD said that if you block them, that you are breaking the law. You breaking the law. And I asked, well, what's the law? What's the law? What's the law in your city? What's the law in your state? What law are you to follow when it comes to law enforcement? Do you follow city law or your township law? Do you follow state law? Or do you follow federal law? And we have to be clear because we don't even know who the hell these ICE agents are. Because law enforcement don't know that. Our locals don't. So what law? Because when you read the penal code, I don't know about y'all out of state, but New York has penal law. You understand? Now, most people, if you have never been in the streets, if you've never had police contact, if you've never caught a felony arrest, if you've never been through the system, most people don't know the law. They know major shit. You shouldn't air nobody out, right? You going too fast, you breaking the law. Not supposed to be assaulting, hitting people in the head with bats and bricks, right? And you ain't supposed to steal nothing. Okay, those are the basic laws that people know not to break, right? That's basic shit, but most people don't have a very extensive background in dealing with that. You don't. You have to go through it to know. To me, I know so many different laws and codes and applications up here. Shit. I could look at a person and tell them they breaking the law. They wouldn't even know. Listen, man, it gets thick. But when it comes to these individuals, what's the law? Especially if it's not on any type of law book. How would the common citizen know that they're breaking a law? And in them breaking that law, that is punishable by their death. Because this is where we at with it. This is exactly what Chicago PD. Is he the chief? What is he to y'all? Because I thought y'all had a female chief. He the chief, Larry Snelling, telling y'all that by just standing in the front, preventing them from moving, is giving them the reason to believe that they are ambushed, and then they can do that to the citizens. That's what he's saying. That's what this blackface cop is saying. So what is the law that they need to abide by when dealing with the citizens? Because if you're telling the citizens that they have to follow and abide by the law, then what are these officers supposed to do? What do they know the law? Do they know it's against the law to arrest somebody without warrant, to run in houses without warrants, to stop vehicles indiscriminately? Do they know that that's law? Or they don't care? Because if they don't care, then we have to do what is necessary to protect ourselves. So this is what I'm trying to figure. What is this black cop doing? What is his purpose? He said you cannot block them, which okay, cool. He also said you can't follow them. So in the sense of the new Black Panthers or the original Black Panthers or any neighborhood community watch groups, you can't follow these ICE agents. because you're breaking the law. Again, but they can follow us. They can follow U.S. citizens and harass them and question them and detain them without warrant. Black cop, Larry Snelling or Smelling, whatever, black cop, you're out of pocket, man. And I hope your family was watching that. And I hope they correcting you and asking you, do you really believe that shit you said? That our citizens, that the citizens of this corporation has to fold and comply to the fullest extent with people who are masked up, armed, and up until this point has shown zero regard for the law. So what is his role of this black guy? How can the community trust you, sir? How? Are you going to say that you're just speaking for your people? Are you going to say that because you're making an attempt to keep black and brown people safe? Because that doesn't make any sense. I hope you're not going to try to go that route. But what is your purpose in this, sir? Because I educate our people and tell yo, we need to stay. I've been telling y'all to stay away from law enforcement, all law enforcement. And I've always told you that rebelliousness is not revolution. Okay? Criminality is not liberation. I already told you that. So we know our role and position, but what is the black cop's role in what's going on right now? Come on now. What are they role? Because he right here, I wouldn't, man, listen. I wouldn't be in Chicago. Not with him at the helm, hell no. Hell no. Do you understand? What if ICE agents come through and say, listen, I need to see your grippers. Let me see your grippers to prove you are an American citizen. Are you supposed to comply? Because we already know they shooting people. They'll clap you. So you telling people that you're not supposed to what? No, come on, Tay. Nah, Tay, I gotta keep it 1,000. Because this woman was actually sitting in a car. Listen, man, listen, yo. I'm telling you, I know the nature of the old faith. What if they become as they naturally are in a space where they feel like they want to punish and scrape? What if that's what they talking about? I just seen him ran up on a cab driver out there and ask him all type of foolish questions. He had to say, because I'm black and I have an accent, that I'm not a citizen. He's driving Uber. So it's not so far-fetched for them to say, yo, listen, man, we getting ready to start getting these grippers. Woo! You're supposed to comply, though. See, this is, and I just had this conversation with my daughter because she asked me how I felt about everything that was going on. And I told her, I said, listen, this ain't our fight. I don't have a bone in that. We don't have nothing to do with this. My main concern is that I'm instructing you how to remain safe and to always be militant. I said, as long as you're militant up here, nothing they do can shift you. Nothing. As long as you always sitting in a space where you will never comply, where you will never fold, you're good. Because we don't know how it's coming. You don't see that when they in that space like that. These things somehow just pop up all of a sudden. You dig? They were on their way home. You see the dog in the back seat of the car? Like, they were doing white folk stuff. So I'm telling her, like, listen, as my daughter, you just have to remain militant. I don't care if you get arrested. I don't care if they got you in a cell somewhere. Always know in your heart and soul that you will never fold. There's no way to prepare for this. There's no way to prepare for it. When it come, it come. But my question is, what is the role of black cops? Because they're not doing anything. You don't see them in the community informing people of what's going on unless they're telling you to do what he says, to just fall back, just comply. Nah, no. Complying got people on the cotton fields. That's what complying got. Getting lynched. The complying is what got Emmett Till unalive. You know his family gave him up. That he was in the crib and they came and shrugged their shoulders. Here. Do you understand? That you have, if there's a specific militancy that has to be taught, that has to be educated into our women, our children. No, just don't ever comply. That's it. Don't ever fold. You know who you are. Now, however, as I always say, criminality is not revolutionary. Being criminal is not being a liberator. So you don't intentionally run out and break laws, especially stupid laws. And you stay away from them. You keep your spidey senses up. So, but what are black cops doing other than performative? Just being there. Because if you're allowing these people who you don't know to come through and to break every law that you do know as a law enforcement officer, then shit, you pussy. You are of little use. You are in the way. Black cop, you're in the way if you're not sharing information with your family and your community saying, yo, this is what type of time they on. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Watch out over here, over here, over here. This is what's going on. If you ain't doing that, you're a waste. Right? Which brings me to the next officer. Okay? Because this Larry Snelling doing to Chicago, he ready to pack y'all up. He's ready to pack y'all up. Now, big shift in Philly. Philadelphia, a county sheriff. Okay? Rochelle Bilal. Now, I want y'all to check the dynamic out. This is a woman. Melanated woman. Now, check out her language. She said that in Minnesota should not have happened. It should not have happened. And she said, professional law enforcement don't wear masks. Professional law enforcement don't wear masks and commit crimes. She said it emphatically, none professional law enforcement don't wear masks. And she said, if you commit a crime here and the DA charge you, which the DA just said they would, I'm making sure you get arrested. Y'all fake officers. And y'all fake officers under the charge of this person in Washington. But if you come here with that shit, you getting charged. Now, that's the dynamic. Here go a black woman in uniform. Here go the black man in uniform telling you to fold. The black woman in Philly saying, hell no. See the dynamics of this shit? You see how? Ooh, boy, you come to class as layers, man. I want y'all to get it. Okay? I want y'all to understand it. It's a mean dynamic, huh? You would think that the black woman, but look at her name, Bilal. You see what I'm saying? It's just so fun when we break this shit up in class. Man. Black woman says she gonna lock y'all ICE agents' ass up. Black man in Chicago said y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Weird dynamic. But us as a people, we have to look at that confusion and say, yo, hold on. How, as a nation of people, can we be safe? Look at the different dynamics of black cops and what they believe is going on and how they see fit. Right? But our job outside of that is to take care of each other. Especially those of us who can put a theory together, a philosophy, a way of being and moving so we can say, yo, hold on. That didn't work. That didn't work. What can we do today that will work for us? Because that's weird. Our people, our army, have guns and badges and flags of this country, of this corporation. They follow the orders of these bankers. So therefore, they cannot be trusted. Now, though she says she's going to protect her city, she's going to protect her community, she all the way in Philly. Each community, each municipalities have different rules and different people. So I said, you won't catch my black ass living nowhere past the Mason-Dixon line. You won't have me living nowhere past the Verrazano Bridge, Jack. No. 5 boroughs for me. All day. Yeah. Different jurisdictions have very different laws. Okay? So, the county sheriff, Rochelle Bilal, is one people would believe or assume that they can trust. Okay? Now, we have another cop. Black man. Melanated person. Who I keep seeing a video because people keep sending it to me. Talking about flock cameras. And I'm trying to figure out why everybody's sending it to me. I saw it a couple of days ago. Wasn't impressed. Not at all. Not at all. Because this, and this is another major city. This is Detroit, I believe. He's a Detroit pig. And he's just a grinning and smiling. Yeah, we got flock cameras. Which means if the camera hears and picks up the shot, we coming right to you. If the license plate is red stolen and y'all coming through, we coming through. We gonna get you. We gonna get you. And he just is snickering. See, I'm telling y'all right now, that shit ain't funny. What's so funny? Why are you snickering? What service are you providing for melanated people with your black ass face up in that uniform? Skinning and grinning, talking about getting people locked up. What's funny? But he went there. And everybody's sending it. Them cameras been up. They been using flock cameras. That shit is nothing new. That ain't new. The only thing that is new is that this flock cameras, right? Because he said what he said. He said flock cameras and what is he said? Flock cameras and poles? Well, some kind of pole. I don't have it in a note. Anyway, yeah, I keep telling y'all young boys, you know, he bust a shot. Yeah, we coming right to the spot. But how come when ICE busts the shots, those cameras don't send y'all police there? How come y'all don't show up? When ICE pop, they hammers. When they guns go off, flock camera don't pick that up? Y'all don't have that? It's only when the citizens, only when the young dudes, it's only when we bust our hammer. Y'all don't come running when ICE do it. ICE don't get that firearm discharge. No, I'm just saying. Because he was skinning and grinning as a black face ass cop. So that's Detroit, Chicago, and Philly. What do we do with black officers? Because they're not servicing us. Not at all. They're not. And that's what we have to have. Real discussions outside of them because they chose a side. Not judging you. You chose a side. Whether it was just, you know, for a career choice, whether you were starving, you had to get checked. Whatever it was, you chose a side and you stayed in it. Now respect us when we say we ain't effing with you. It's that simple. Either you there and you servicing the community on some spook shit, or you not. But there's no gray area with it. Because as you see, you could get taken out of here in a split second. That woman said, and again, oh man. I'm telling you, man, this shit is like, man, when you read in the Matrix and you seeing shit, like Neo said, yo, I could feel it. She said something that may have haunted some people. Frankie Fish, much appreciation for the Fish Friday. She said, I'm not mad at you. What did homegirl say? What? Because her name just jumped out of my head. Sonia Massey. What did she say right before she got clapped in the face? Huh? Not when she triggered him by saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. But right before she got clapped and she put her hand, trying to throw her hands up. Now, before that, Molly, right after she said, I rebuke you. Remember, she said, I rebuke you, and he got triggered and said, what? You better not. And she, I'm sorry. Ain't that right, Alicia? I thought, I'm sorry or I'm not. Listen, that shit there, man, you talking to the divine evil. You're talking to the 10%. You're talking to the person who believes he is a white man. You're talking to a white man in uniform. There's nothing more demonic than that. I'm telling you. They are straight robotic evilness. Exactly. And that's why it's a very, very bad habit. It's a very tricky situation when you call on the authorities, especially in a domestic situation. But again, we're in a space where our people are sometimes 10 times more evil than police, and they do great harm to each other. So if they can't call the police for fear of police coming to do them something, that means we supposed to be doing that. That's why I'm in the community so much. We have to do that. So there's a whole re-education process that has to go on up here so we could feel invigorated and encouraged to take care of ourselves. Our women will join, and then we can protect the children. But that is a process. That's learning. You can't do that if you got black cops who, in the lifestyle, the daily socialization of cops have nothing to do with being melanated. I told y'all that before. They are integrating into a white space. Their thoughts become white. Their jokes become white. The way they community is white. The way they go to bars with each other is white. Nothing about law enforcement is black. Nothing about law enforcement is African. Nothing about law enforcement has anything to do with chakra and growth and grounding and nature. Nothing. It is a white man's mentality. That's what it is. Now, some may resist it. Some may be able to sit in that pocket and then still remain in it, but it's very few. It's very few. And you ain't gonna challenge me on that. Got too many family members in it. Too many. They go to bars with them. They understand their humor, regardless of how racist it may be. They go fishing with them. Engage in sports with them. That's a community. It's a thought. And the minute you're not one of them, you ostracize. And if you ostracize, you're going to have to leave that job. That's just what it is. Now, you can fool yourself all you want. I'm telling you what it is. It's like any other social grouping. Basketball players have an understanding. If you ain't up in their clique, you ain't there. Football players have an understanding. They have a language. Stockbrokers have a language and an understanding. It's just what it is. People have specific ways they communicate and move. They know who's an outsider. Cops have a very unique way of being. So where do black cops fit in? In their own groupings? Shit don't work. And how, the way they socialize, how does that help us as a people? How? How does that help me? You? With the color of the day. With this is who we're looking for. These are the areas that we should patrol. That got a language. Friday night after work, we're going to O'Reilly's or O'Malley's to drink. Sunday, we're taking the boat out, fellas. Fuck that got to do with us? Nothing. So how are we supposed to deal with them? He's chuckling, talking about flock cameras. Let me go to the notes real quick. All right? Flock camera. The Cloud Automatic License Plate Reader, ALPR or LPR, company Flock, is building a dangerous nationwide mass surveillance infrastructure. Excuse me. As we have been pointing out for several years now. So this shit ain't new. So this video that's going viral. Why y'all keep sharing this shit? It's not funny. We shouldn't be alarmed because, and this is coming from the ACLU. So if they got issue with it, they could already see what's going on with it. But this is what they say. The problem with mass surveillance is that it always expands beyond the uses for which it is initially justified. And sure enough, Flock's system is undergoing insidious expansion across multiple dimensions. So the black cop that's chuckling and giggling, he don't even know what this Flock camera is, what the poles are and all that. He just chuckling because they telling him, yeah, you's a soldier, a Negro soldier, foot soldier, so this is what we telling you is for. However, people who are in the know and can foresee what's going to happen with these things, they're showing you the danger. Let's continue. If your company adopts this technology, you need to know it's doing more than just recording what car is driving where and at what time. It's worth stepping back and looking at an overview of what's going on with these Flock cameras. The company's surveillance data is being used by ICE. First, as has received wide attention, this system is being used by ICE to help carry out the Trump administration's abusive removal program. Now, ICE isn't using the cameras specifically. That's not what they're saying. They're saying that the data that's being collected through Flock is being sold to ICE. They also sell it to private groups too. So that's the danger in it. That's the danger. What are they doing with that data? Other than tracking people. Man, listen, when I did the research on that, it's so extensive that they are utilizing the data that they buy from Flock to pinpoint exactly where you at. I mean, exactly. Not like it's hard for them to do, right? We know our phones and IP addresses and all that. The feds know. So, but when you are able, right, to sell or purchase that data, they doing it. Corporations are buying it. Private entrepreneurs are buying it. This is what people are saying is terrible with it. So they telling you that that's what they're using it for, to listen for gunshots or to monitor license plates, but no, that shit is a data collector. But Blackface is chuckling. He found it so humorous. I told y'all we're gonna lock y'all up. Where should we sit with? I'm telling with Blackcops, boy. Listen, and all of what's going on with this push and this unaliving of Renee Good and this data brokers, stuff like that, everything that we going through, if you do some reading in some specific spaces, this is very similar, like I told y'all before, to what was going on previous to the American Revolution. Do y'all know the history of that? Do y'all know the history of the Brits and what the Brits were doing over here? And the reason I keep telling y'all this is the same war, same shit. Only thing now, these individuals who became what you recognize as Americans are doing the same shit they ran from. Check this out. The American Revolution was, of course, also a civil war. Adherents to the different causes sometimes split families apart. Reprisals and retaliations could be merciless. Americans definitely committed atrocities against both the British and their loyalist allies. But the argument can be made that the British never found a way to develop a coherent or effectively countering atrocity on us narrative. Study shows that the Americans sometimes fabricated atrocity stories, but British violations were sufficiently frequent and brutal and yielded sufficient empirical evidence to lend the Patriot atrocity narrative plausibility. They were wowing. If I'm telling you, I couldn't take enough notes to tell you the things that they were doing. They doing the same shit. Do you see that? Atrocities. Americans fabricated stories. Same way this musty box gnome chick is talking about Nothing was done wrong. Nothing was done illegal. She was a domestic terrorist. That's fabricating the same way they did with the British. Now, check it out now. The wartime responses to the Patriots, the wartime responses of the Patriots to atrocity were self-consciously visceral, anatomically detailed, and unsparingly bloody. The embryonic American state used an innovative forensic approach to document and then publicize acts of extreme cruelty on the battlefield. Corpses were called upon as body witnesses. Autopsies testified, as it were, to the types of the dismemberments and the number of bayonet wounds. This silent but graphic evidence was combined with eyewitness reports from justices of the peace, doctors, clergymen, and soldiers, including prisoners of war. In 1777, a committee of the Continental Congress, one of the first congressional investigations, strove to prove a pattern of British violation of the conventions of civilized warfare by compiling and publicizing evidence of what we would now call war crimes. So this unaliving of Karen Nicole Good very well in the future be considered a war crime. This is an innocent white woman. This was a unarmed white woman. And like I said before, he saw that she was now later Skittle. She saw that. She saw that. He saw that she was Skittle. You saw the wife posturing. You seen the language and what they were saying. He knew that. But he still did it. This is the same thing. There were so many heinous crimes against humanity and human beings before the Revolutionary War kicked off. You got to study it. You got to study it. Where white men were trying to come up out of indentured servitude next to white women and black men. This shit was crazy. But what were the behaviors of the Brits to finally cause these settlers, these colonizers, to flip, to spaz out? Say, nah, we're not doing that. They were doing all type of shit. No-knock entries, warrantless entries, taking dudes' wives, and they was wilding. Same thing they're doing now. Okay? Same thing they're doing now. So I gotta ask again, what is the purpose for black cops? What's your purpose, Mr. Officer? What's your purpose? You claim you went in there to become one to keep the community safe. Until white folk are the ones that's doing us harm. You ain't ready for that. So we have to figure it out. We'll figure it out together. We'll discuss it more and more and more. You know, but some gotta give. They can't play both ends of the stick. Not gonna happen. All right? All right. Y'all still with me? It's Fish Friday. What's going on? Let's not forget. Let's not forget. Okay? That turns into shrimp or salmon on Saturday. Real easy. Real easy. Y'all still with me? What's going on? And look, why class so light? On a Friday night. On a Friday night. Cool K King. Much appreciation for the Fish Friday. On a Friday night, we only got 102 in the building. They messing with my page, y'all. God diggity dog it. We ain't stopping though. Next up. Okay, y'all. I see you, Frankie. It's Grippergate time. Yeah, it's Grippergate time. Oh, man. God damn it. Say it ain't so. L.A. Reid. God damn it. You got to pick him. Boy, that's the scariest thing. Moo, much appreciation. That's the scariest thing in the world for some people. When somebody tell you, okay, we getting ready to start a trial, pick a jury. Ooh-wee. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh-wee. When I tell you ooh-wee, it's scary. Ooh-wee. You picking a jury, I'm telling you, your grippers get wet. You be just sitting there sweating. Gotta pick them. It's time to go. Oh, man. Y'all ever pick a jury? Who in here picked the jury? Let me know right now. Was you sweating? Did you have on your little white shirt and shit, little tie? You had your little legal work and your little kufi on and shit? Let me find out. You went to jail. Didn't you go to jail? Yeah, you went to jail, damn it. L.A. Reid, you ain't facing no criminal charges, but boy, it's a lot gonna come out. You part of Grippergate. But why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't we think that L.A. Reid is Grippergate? He on the Grippergate label. Arista Records. Let's go straight to the nose. Music mogul L.A. Reid will go on trial next week accused of SAing the top record executive Drew Dixon when they worked at Arista in 2001. Damn. Right after Left Down the Lid died, huh? We're told John Legend will appear as a witness. Ooh-wee, John Legend is a rat. He gonna tell. Yeah. Well, that singing he do, my baby, baby. That old bullshit he sing. Morning, morning, morning. Nah, get that shit out of here. He getting ready to snitch, y'all. Getting ready to tell. Ooh, we LA. You in for it now. Dixon, Ms. Drew Dixon, who has been one of the most relentless campaigners for justice for the victims of powerful men in the music business, claims that L.A. Reid assaulted her twice while she was vice president of A&R at the storied label where he was the president. Were you trying to take them grippers, L.A.? What happened? Pebbles wasn't giving you none of that tail? Come on, LA. Is that what y'all taught? I keep telling y'all. That is a taught behavior. Executives, tell me, come on, man. You're a big time executive. Not only that, you was a star. You was a singer. You see the thumbnail, y'all. You see how he was posing with his hand to his side on his hip with his curly curls and shit. Yeah, LA and LA and them, baby facing them in the deal. Boy, they was looking more now later and skittle than the rappers today. Yeah. So you mean to tell me L.A. Reid, music mogul executive, world famous songwriter, couldn't talk and get some grippers? He tried to take some box? And he got the light-skinned wife. He made it, right? Isn't that what the music and entertainment business is about? Getting a job, getting the prestige, getting the bag, and getting you a light-skinned wife? That's he made it. So why are you taking grippers from a co-worker? Come on, LA. Dixon has also accused Def Jam's Russell Simmons of scrape and sued him for defamation when he suggested in an interview that Dixon and her and other accusers were lying. Russell Simmons has strenuously denied the allegations. But I'm confused. How come these men with the bag and the money and the clothes and the fame got to take box? I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why we have to believe that it's an initiation. It's a ritual. You got to take some box. And then you elevate. After you take box a few times, they make you step it up. Now you got to take grippers. Man grippers. That's why you think that the Puffster was just doing that for self-gratification? Nah, that's in the bylaws somewhere. Moguls gotta take grippers. Come on now. Look, Dixon was a leading advocate for the Adult Survivors Act, the special statute under which she and other alleged victims, including Diddy's accusers, have sought convictions for crimes that would otherwise have been long past the statute of limitations. This is why I say Hassan Campbell's story is full of shit. Because all this could have been done. I don't know. But I'm going to tell y'all, L.A. Reid got this behavior from Clive Davis. Y'all don't remember that interview where Barry White spoke to Luther Vandross, told him, yo, don't mess with Aristocrat, don't mess with Clive. Don't do it. He taking grippers. Remember that? So if that was going on since Luther and them and Barry White in them days, when Clive shifted over and got up into hip hop, what do y'all think was going to happen? Come on. Arista. A lot of people on that label or affiliated under the umbrella of Arista Records, a lot of them got all type of wild stuff, allegations, SAs, scrapes, all that. Clive Davis orchestrated that. Showed the Puffster how to do it. But we could make the assumption that L.A. Reid was on that type of time a long time ago. Look who he brought in the door. Chili from TLC, allegedly groomed Usher. That whole shit, it's a mess. So now look, she is saying he tried to take that box in the office. I'm telling you. L.A. Reid, you better hope this don't go criminal. Because you can't do no time. Nah, sir. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, she said this happened in 2001. He was married to Pebbles. Was Pebbles withholding that box? Or was he just a brute? Was he just off the chain? because Pebbles had TLC. At the time, they said Chili was running around. Remember, highly publicized a relationship with Usher. She was 7 years older than him. Now, he was 20, but he was young. He was in his 20s, but he was young. I think he was like 23. She might have been 30, 31. Okay? Knowing what we know now of Usher, he was just abused all the way around the board. The men's, the women's. Come on now. Pebbles ain't with no baby face. Yeah. No. Pebbles was married to L.A. Reid. Oh, my goodness. Where we at in the chat? Where we at? Where's my sniper? Where's Marshy? Will y'all please get this just straight? Because I don't listen. This is I'm saying this is basic information. This is basic information. Now, we give you grace. You may be mistaken, but Pebbles ain't never dealt with no baby face. When this happened, 2 weeks ago, let me know. Pebbles was always with L.A. Reid. Always. Until they divorced. I believe they divorced. I don't know who she with now. But anyway, we're not going to shift gears here. We know that if Clive Davis was grooming, and we know he was, Barry White told Luther don't go over there. We know what was going on with Whitney Houston. Everything that came through that lane, at Arista was getting touched. Now, we know he done did what he did with the Puff stuff. So if L.A. Reid picked that up, and they was already beating TLC for their bread, and Pebbles was their manager and was right there, could the Grippergate games have went all the way through? Because there was reports that, she was trying to get at Usher for a long time. But his moms was blocking. Now, and that's Chili, yeah. A whole mess. Right? Even when she was dealing with Dallas Austin. And look, we talking, this is young people, young. With all that. Somebody's showing them how to do all this. To the point of which everybody parents, because they young kids. Look. Chris Kelly from Criss Cross. His mother gave an interview in 2014. And it's a video. In the video, the mother is saying that her son, as a kid, was encouraged and pressured into having S with adults. We know that Usher has said he was too young to be in them strip clubs and to be around JD and seeing some things. Okay? Same with the little palm-colored boy, Justin Bieber and Tevin Campbell and all that. So everything up under there. Why wouldn't we believe that L.A. Reid did this to Ms. Dixon? L.A. Reid, you the only good dude, you the only clean executive mogul type dude in the entire industry? No, because your artists are doing it to each other. You dig what I'm saying? She said that he was being encouraged, even though his clothes was backwards. That's how little and young these dudes were. Look, then we had your favorite cousin, Daz Dillinger. Jeffrey Lopez, much appreciation. Right? Then Daz said that Jada Pinkett Smith, and we know her joint, said that Jada was in an entanglement with Chris Kelly of Criss Cross too in 1993, and that would have made him 14 or 15 and made her 22 at the time. You did? This is what's going on at Arista Records with their moguls and their artists. And their artists. Okay? Other allegations from Chile. From other people that's seen and witnessed Chile. 7 years older than this little boy. Over and over again, Arista Records is always LA. You picking jury? You sure you just don't want to pay this lady? You sure you don't want to just pay this lady, LA? Because you looking real wild out here. Arista Records is wild. We already did the Jive Records class. I showed y'all everybody on Jive Records that had some type of scrape, some type of SA allegations, some type of abuse that happened to them. Jive Records was a mess. So now Arista is about to get thrown into the spotlight. Because she said, and this is Drew Dixon is saying that because she didn't give in, she didn't let him take her grippers or her box, that he pushed the buttons to get John Legend career pushed to the side. Man, I'm telling you, to those of y'all that still have dreams of being in the industry, using your creative talents, man, listen, y'all better watch y'all grippers. Y'all better watch. Man, this is a dangerous way to go. Because, woo-wee, I've never seen, music industry is worse than jail. I'm telling you, it's worse than jail. Every jail don't have dudes running around or taking grippers. They just don't. But everywhere in the industry, it seems like you could get, didn't I tell y'all a lot of them freak offs? We just spoke about freak offs last week in class. I told you freak offs happen anywhere. He trying it in the office. Like I told you, in the office, in the studio, in the closets, at dress rehearsal, at casting. Yo, man, you could get SA'd anywhere in the entertainment industry. That's worse than jail, man. That's worse than jail. Yeah. Come on now. So we're going to sit. We're going to watch. We're going to see what happens with L.A. Reid. We're going to watch and see. Okay? He picking them. Boy, you gotta pick a jury. Ooh, wee. Damn it. Okay. So we got through the black cops. Got through the black cops. We got through L.A. Reid. Let me cross that off. Oh, and by the way, them flock cameras, you know you could go to a website that is named D with a capital D-E flock.me. dflock.me, and it'll show you where they at. They also got another site called Flock Camera Map. Put in your zip code, it'll tell you where all the flock cameras are in your hood. So utilize that, okay? Utilize that. Now, Lil Boosie, y'all. Lil Boosie avoids jail time. I wonder what that means. Lil Boosie was sentenced today, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's see. How the hell? Listen, man, these dudes do some incredible shit. How the hell you avoid jail time, man? Oh, damn it. Damn it. You know I got the giggle. Yeah, wasn't he just a prayer? Y'all leave it up to God, that maybe God can soften the judge's heart and all. It must have worked, God damn it, because he was going to jail. Oh, man. Yeah, he'd have been right there. He would have been right there with the poster. Oh, Floyd is way more dumber than Lil Boosie. That ain't even Lil Boosie ain't dumb. Lil Boosie just ignorant. He just ignorant. He just mad country. Floyd is just a dummy. Floyd is dumb. Dumb with a capital D. Dumb. Okay, listen. On Friday, January 9th, the Louisiana rapper appeared in a California federal courtroom to learn his fate after pleading guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm last summer. How the hell do you get a fed? How you get around that? Ooh, wee, boy. I tell you, somebody working. Listen. Ahead of the sentencing, prosecutors recommended a 24-month sentence followed by 3 years of supervised release. According to Legal Affairs, the judge sentenced Boosie to time served and 3 years of supervised release. He will also have to pay a $50,000 fine. Ooh, wee, time served? How? He wasn't locked up that long. Time served. Boy, y'all better not be nowhere near Lil Boosie. Y'all going to jail. God damn it. How that work? How? Dudes in this day and time is doing some incredible shit. You mean to tell me he got time served for a hammer? Before he was sentenced, Boosie, born Torrance Hatch, shared videos on social media of himself preparing to enter court. He was decked out in a vibrant blue suit and rocking an expensive AP watch. God damn. Damn. Oh, man. Y'all know this shit got me giggling inside, right? Check this out. The case originated from Boosie being booked in San Diego in 2023. Following a traffic stop, police discovered multiple firearms in his car after seeing a handgun in his waistband on Instagram Live. Oh, man. Huh? Come on now. The case was dropped by local officials and picked up by the feds. And when the feds pick a case up, you supposed to go down. You supposed to go to jail. I'm serious. Come on now. The U.S. Attorney's Office then filed another indictment against the rapper, one involving interstate commerce as a convicted felon, and one for knowingly possessing a firearm while dealing with abuse of a controlled substance. He pled guilty in August 2025 to those charges, but listen, listen. Court documents allege Hatch was seen by police with a hammer in his waistband on an Instagram live stream while he was filming a music video in what appeared to be the backyard of a home. They used a helicopter to track down the vehicle he was in, conducting the traffic stop and arresting him at that time. You know what would happen to me if I got caught with a hammer out of town? Oh, I'm going to jail. Yeah, I'm going to jail. How the hell he don't go to jail, y'all? And again, come on. We don't want nobody to, but come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. The rapper was arrested by San Diego police on May 6, 2023, after two loaded handguns were found during a traffic stop in the Coholas View neighborhood. He had been in town to film a music video and to perform at a gas lamp quarter nightclub in downtown. How you get around that? Look, court documents allege Hatch was seen by police with a hammer in his waistband on an Instagram live video while he was filming the music video in what appeared to be the backyard of a home. They used a helicopter, right? Boom, 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 right? Went through that again so you could understand it. How he get around that? How you get time served for that? How? How? Help me out. Mr. Hatch was sentenced to time served in addition to 3 years of supervision and 300 hours of community service. The resolution brings a sense of relief, allowing him to finally put this chapter behind him. He can now focus on continuing his music career, dedicating time to his family, and being a positive and inspiring presence for his children and the wider audience. And he avoids jail after being caught with a hammer. Oh my goodness. That's automatic jail time. Oh, Vlad ain't that strong. Shit. Oh man. People really got to get themselves together. They do. They do. Lil Boosie, get yourself together. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Y'all wouldn't be doing nothing around Boosie. Nah. Nah. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. They would have loved to load his ass up, so I gotta know who he working with. Excuse me, y'all. I've been up. And now my body getting tight. Yeah, it's getting tight. Shirt getting tight. Body getting tight. You know how that get you? You eat something real decent, and it take hours. I'm really supposed to be resting and out. But since I'm up, you can feel everything getting real tight. So pardon me. But yeah, y'all. Help me out, y'all. Y'all gotta help me out. How did Lil Boosie get time served? How? How did he get time served? For a hammer. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. What happened to what? That was Duke the Jeweler. Who that? Duke the Jeweler? I don't know who that is. Gotta refresh my memory. I don't mess with that, you know, dudes like that escape my radar because I don't care nothing about it, especially if they not in my town and wasn't out there doing it when I was out there because we'd have backed them down. Maybe the rappers are the new COINTELPRO. Yeah, that definitely. Ain't no maybe. Definitely they are. Still, how did he get out? How did he get out? Come on now. How did he get time served? He didn't serve no time. Shit. Anyway, we all for Boosie. May he continue to be successful in whatever it is he do. All right. Last aim for class for Fish Friday. Mob Ties and Boosie did what? Oh. Got you. Let's continue. As we spoke in class, I told y'all salt and pepper wasn't eating shit. I told y'all that 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I told y'all that shit, right? Yeah, but nobody listened to Bliz. Y'all don't. A federal judge has dismissed the pioneering hip-hop group Salt and Pepper's lawsuit to reclaim ownership of their master recordings from Universal Music Group. Got their ass up out of there. U.S. District Court said on Thursday that they were siding with the recording giant, arguing that the Grammy-winning group never owned the copyrights to their sound recordings and didn't transfer them to anyone else. Got to go. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. Here goes the direct language. Plaintiffs can only terminate copyright transfers that they executed, the judge wrote. None of the contracts identified by the plaintiffs indicate that they ever owned the master tapes. See? I told y'all that. I told you this whole shit was capped. They wasn't getting shit. I'm telling you. UMG argued that the recordings were works made for hire, one of the oldest shit in the book, which would not allow for the reclaiming of rights. Salt and Pepper's lawsuit said their agreements with the label made it clear that they were not. Even with the court's complete rejection of their claims, we remain open and willing to find a resolution to the matter and turn the page so we can focus our efforts on working together to amplify Salt and Pepper's legacy for generations to come. That's what UMG, Universal Music Group, said in a statement. PC Bliz, what's going on? So, I told y'all they wasn't going to get shit. I told y'all they didn't produce a beat. They didn't loop nothing. They ain't play no instruments. They didn't even write the lyrics. That was probably Matt FX. I told you they wasn't getting shit. All right? Check it out. Representatives for Salt and Pepper said in a statement, that they disagreed with the judge's decision and fully intend to pursue our rights on appeal, adding, we remain committed to vindicating and reclaiming our rights as creators under the Copyright Act. That's crazy. And I'm trying to figure out, how have they been eating? How have they been taking care of themselves? They've been getting something, but they just wanted the masters. Which is weird for me, man. Every rapper, and I keep telling y'all that, no rapper back in the days, and I'm going to say from 88 all the way up to about 2000, 2001, they wasn't getting shit because they wasn't doing anything. If you just rap and you don't produce, you wasn't getting no real bread. The bread came in when you start having these producers that produce these tracks with 0 samples. That's when you're getting that bread. That's when the money rolling in. You dig? The Queens, New York duo of Shaw James and Pepper Denton became Salt and Pepper in 1985. Salt and Pepper signed with Next Plateau Records and released their debut album, Hot, Cool, and Vicious, in 1986. Next Plateau was an independent label at the time, and now is under the banner of Universal Music Label. You understand? Nothing. In their lawsuit, Salt and Pepper claimed that the 1976 Copyright Act gives artists the right to reclaim ownership of master recordings and terminate past agreements after 35 years. Again, they should have known better. This is cap. But the judge sided with UMG's argument that there is no evidence that James and Denton granted the label copyright, that they can now reclaim. So what they're saying, in essence, is that Salt and Pepper never gave away their masters because they didn't own the shit. How can you give away something that you never own? Okay? That shit is just crazy. In 2022, and this is where it stemmed from, right? The pair, Salt and Pepper, filed termination notices aiming to end UMG's ownership of their earlier recordings. A lot of them are doing that, and that's why you're seeing a lot of them start to stick their head up and release shit. Special Ed, Kwame, Salt and Pep, like a lot of them are coming out of the woodworks from that graduating class. So, yo, it's time for me to get my bread now. But Salt and Pepper, listen. But in their claim, they claim that UMG has said those termination notices were not valid because Salt and Pepper songs were works made for hire, and so the duo cannot reclaim the rights. Man. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. They signed a Herbie. Herbie signs. Remember, he was the group producer and the manager and was knocking Salt Box down. Yeah. Yeah. All these albums. Look, the group's first two albums, 1986's Hot, Cool, and Vicious. That was my album. And 1988's Assault with a Deadly Pepper were removed from streaming services between May and July 2024. Denton and James alleged that was a punitive measure by UMG, saying the company indicated that it will hold plaintiffs' rights hostage even if it means tanking the value of plaintiffs' music catalog and depriving their fans of access to their work. This shit was sticky, but I told you they ain't have shit. Herbie Love Bug. I keep forgetting y'all some youngins up in here too. CC, what up, CC? Yeah, I seen what the real Spinderella had said. I watched that too. Again, they was doing a lot. And now they ain't getting the masters, nothing. But a lot of these MCs are not going to get their masterworks. Watch. A lot of them signed some dumb shit. I can't see that. Who said that? Oh, Cece. How do you feel about the 80s, 90s music? All music being off the current platforms. Being off or on. I see it's different because I'm in the car. So Sirius Radio, I'm hearing all of it. Yeah, they lucky. They might, yeah, they lucky. They wasn't getting the masters. Not at all. Not at all. So, what do y'all know? What do y'all know, or what do y'all want to know? We'll discuss more tomorrow. Well, tonight. Well, today. Damn it. Yeah, nobody was informed in that era. Nobody. The shit was crazy back then. They beat. That's what I say. O-Phase ate off of Hip-hop more than anybody. So they don't listen to Bliz. I've been popping their head off quick. You dig? But come back. Come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. All right? Get to your destinations safe. Trust and believe me. Get to your destination safe. It's supposed to be wet and rainy and all that. Don't play out there on them roads. To those who funded the war effort and Fish Friday, y'all dropped some for the Fish Friday. Much appreciation, much love as always. Much love for all y'all coming through and spending Fish Friday with me on a late night. I hope y'all comfy in your little beds and got on y'all jammy jams and shit and socks, you know. And some of y'all men, man, listen. Y'all know I have a lot of women clients. I have a lot of female clients. And in their journey to mental wellness and overall balance, they tell me a lot of things about you men's. Listen, y'all men, start wearing some drawers to bed, man. I don't know what that is, but put some drawers on. A lot of the women is like, some like it, some don't. Put y'all some drawers on, man. Yeah, man. But I grew up with drawers on, man. Man, what's y'all issue with drawers? Some drawers on. All right? But yeah, come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Be safe, no rest stop thoughts. You dig? Watch the replay, listen up. Lessons learned, and we have to have those discussions, y'all. Serious. Either we're going to mess with them or we not. As always, if you got anything that you're trying to promote, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Go to the community. Okay? And 55K. Get y'all grades up.